I was teaching a retreat in Costa Rica, and there was about 40 people there, and one of them was never around. He was about 6'2", and he had a camera, and he was always out and about taking photos. And at the end of the retreat, I met with each one individually to ask them, what did you gain from the retreat, and what's their takeaways and next steps? And when he came into the room, I asked him where he was the whole retreat. And he said, oh, I was out taking pictures. I don't really need a retreat. I was just doing this for fun. And I said, you Googled a soul blazer at 2 a.m. for this SoulBlazing retreat. I doubt you came here just to take pictures, because why didn't you do it on your own? And this is like a 50-year-old surgeon in Beverly Hills. I call him Dr. 90210. So I could see his energy. It was so full of ego, and he doesn't need anybody, and he's perfect. So I said, you know what? Why don't you just step out of the room a little bit? And I said, I want you to come in a different way. Just come in, pretend you're coming in to see your family. And he walked in the room, and I went, oh my God, he's here. Kids, run. And he's like, what are you doing? I said, that's your energy. Your energy is so dark. Nobody wants to be around you. And the same with your patients. They don't want to be around you either. I said, you don't have a good bedside manner, but you're very smart, and you provide for your family, so they like that, and your clients love the work you do. But who are you? Can you shift your energy? It'll change your life. And as we worked together, and I was demonstrating what his energy was like and how people get more affected by how they feel around you compared to what you tell them or what you do. So we worked on this energy field back and forth. And I even suggested he may quit his job in order to be a better parent and go into meditation, because I really love meditation. So I ended up taking a couple of weeks off meditating out in the woods. And he came back, and I'll make a long story short, he ended up quitting his job as a surgeon and became a writer. He rescued his family life. He got along better with his kids. And he was happier inside. The reason he became a surgeon was because his parents said he has to be a doctor or a lawyer. So that's what he chose. But he wasn't living his authentic self. And when you don't live your authentic self, you have this weird energy, and people pick up on it. And sometimes they won't even know. I don't know why I don't like this guy. There's just something about him. And what it is you're not authentic with who you truly are. So once he was so passionate and excited about his novels that he wrote about, being a surgeon, but it was all fiction. But he got to share his love of his craft and not have to be around people who he didn't like. He got to be in solitude and write about them, the richness of their stories and the richness of his life and the depth, and brought that, and he became a #1 New York Times bestseller. So that was awesome. And all that took was him changing, getting real, and stepping into his authentic soul. And that way his energy could shift and his whole life could shift. And that can happen to you too. Maybe not as dramatic, but it could happen to you in baby steps and in little ways. That's even sometimes more powerful.